Hi, these are some questions on our practice test and the first section. So let's start with number 1. Write the value of the number in brackets for each of the following. So the number in brackets here, we have 7. So where is 7 located in this number? We've got 675. So that would just be 70. You can write the word 70. I'm just going to write the number 70 to show that 7 is 70. In this number here, 8 is in the 800s, so that's 800. 2 is in the ones. We can just write 2 or ones. Number 1, so I've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, so that's 10,000. 1, 2, 3, there's 10,000, or you can write the words. 5, so we've got 583,000. So that's in the hundreds of thousands. So write 100,000. 100,000 has 5 zeros. And 4 is in the tens. So that can be written as 40. And once again, if you wrote it in words, that's fine as well. With number 2, it says draw a place value chart from ones to millions. So just remember the pattern that we see. So we start with ones, tens, hundreds, and that can be just a quick place value chart. So we call this our units or ones section. And then from there, we see the same pattern happening. In each section, we see ones, tens, and hundreds. So my next section will be the thousands. And then the next one will be the millions. So in each of these sections, we have to have 3 subsections, and they follow the same pattern, ones, tens, hundreds. So I'm going to have thousands. We can write it as 1,000s. That's where the 1 comes in. But usually we don't write 1, we just write thousands. But I'm happy for you to write 1, just so we can see the pattern. So that means the next one is going to be 10,000s. And then, once again, 100,000s. 100,000s. And now our next section will have 3 subsections, but this tells us to go to millions. So we can actually stop at 1 million. So following the pattern, it's 1 million or 1 millions. If you just had millions, that's fine. And we can stop there. So just remember that pattern. Ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, and it continues on forever. Now, if you had columns and things and made it look neater, that's fine. Mine's a bit messy because I'm holding my phone. All right, number 3, write in words the value of 7 in the following. All right, so first you have to be able to locate 7 and read it. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, so that's 7,000. So I just have to write 7 and 1,000 is THOUS. And that's it. 7 here is 70 in the tens. So we can just write 70. Now over here, I've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So that's 700,000. So we just write 700 and 1,000. And that's it. That's the value of 7 in words. Number 4, write the following in expanded form using both addition and multiplication. So they're asking us to use addition, but also multiplication. Now, you can do it step by step. So for example, some people like to write 1 is in the thousands, so that 1 is 1,000, plus 8 is in the hundreds, so that's plus 800, and then plus 7 is 70, and then plus 3 ones. Okay, and then from there, we've got to break it further. I can then break down these using multiplication. So that is 1,000, so 1 times 1,000. So I've got 1,000, and we can put brackets around that. Plus, I've got 800s, so 8 times 100 is 800s. And then plus 7 times 10 gives me 7 tens. And then plus, for the ones, we just write 3 times 1. And that's it. We've used addition and multiplication. So B, same process. It's a larger number. If you're wondering, wait, how many zeros do I need for my 7? If it helps, you can write zeros in the place of those other digits and put a 7 there. So I need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that 7's in the 700,000 column. We can also put comma in to make it more visible. So once again, we can break it up and use addition first and then break it up again. I might just do it straight away. So I've got 7 times 100,000 because we had the 5 zeros, plus we follow the pattern, 5 times, so 1 less 0 is 10,000. So that's 4 zeros. I'll just squeeze it down here. Plus 8, we'll then have 3 zeros. So 5, 4, 3. So 1,000 plus 5 times 2 zeros, which is 100, plus 2 times 10. We've got 2 tens. And the last one is 2 ones, so 2 times 1. It's better if we wrote it all on one line, but I didn't have space there. But remember the pattern, it's just start with your most amount of zeros. In this case, it was 100,000. That's 5 zeros, 4 zeros, 3 zeros, 2 zeros, 1 zero, and no zeros. If there was any zeros in the number itself, any digit zeros, we could actually then remove any of those because there'll be times the 0. But in this case, we didn't have any. All right, now write these numbers as a basic numeral. So before you approach this, always check to see, do we have a consistent pattern? So 3 zeros, thousands, 2 zeros, hundreds, 1 zeros, tens, and then my ones is there. So that's pretty straightforward. It's going in a pattern. So 5, I'd have 5, and then 4, and then 1, and then 6. Because 5, 4, 1, and 6. So if I write this out as a number, 5, 4, 1, and 6, it adds up to 5,416. If you did some more working out, that's fine. Like if you went 5,000 plus 400 plus 10, that's fine. But a trick is it's in order, so that's pretty quick and easy. Now be careful with B. Check the pattern. How many zeros do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's in the hundred thousands. Okay. Then we go to 100s, tens, and there's also no ones. So I've noticed that there's no ones there. Okay, that's something to keep an eye out for. Now, how you approach this is up to you. If you want to put the numbers in a place value chart, that will help. Like for example, I've got 300,000. So if I use the place value chart up here, 100,000 is there. So I have a 3 there. I then have, where are we? 700s. So in the hundreds, I have a 7. Okay. In the tens, I've got 2 tens. So there's 2 tens. And that's all I have. That means in every other space below the 3, I need zeros. So there's 0 10,000s. There's 0 thousands and 0 ones. And there's my number, 300,720. So 300,720 would be my number. Now, if you worked it out a different way, that's absolutely fine. If you just multiplied them and added them on, that's fine. But just remember, keep an eye out for those patterns. All right, use your knowledge of place value and expanding to calculate the following. So we're multiplying these two numbers here. Now, we can expand 23 and write it as 20 plus 3. So that's using my place value. 2 is 20, 3 ones. And I have to multiply them both by 5. So I've put brackets around them because they're both going to be multiplied by 5. And I'll show that individually. So 20 times 5, I can put brackets around that, plus 3 times 5. So I just wrote it out again, plus 3 times 5. All right, and then I can use this method to calculate it, and this helps us to do it mentally. In real life, sometimes we've got to do mental calculations. All right, 20 times 5 I know is 100 because there's 5 20s in 100. plus 3 times 5 is 15, and then 100 plus 15 is just 115. So I was able to work that out without an algorithm, but this still follows the same process. So try and be yourself. So I'm going to have 100 times 4, and then plus that 2 is really 20. So plus 20 times 4, and then plus, I'll just squeeze it down there, 4 times 2 ones. So all we're doing is getting the 4 and multiplying it with each of these digits, but according to their place value. That 1 is 100. That second 2 there is 20. That 2 there is 2 ones. Now, we'll just squeeze it over here. So let's add that up. 100 times 4 is 400, plus 20 times 4 is 80, plus 4 2s are 8. Now add that all up and we get our answer. So I can see it's going to be 488. And that's it. All right, this one here, put the correct symbol. So we've got the less than, the greater than, the less than, or the equal sign in the correct place. All right, let's check and see. So I got 34,872, which is smaller than, or less than, 34,900. So it'll be the less than. We make an L. We read from left to right, just like we normally read a book. So there it is. There's my L for less than. Next one, 87,945. And I know I've got 78,944. I know 87,000 is larger than 78,000. So I'll have the greater than symbol. And the one down here, 72,000, put commas in to help read it. 1, 2, 3, comma. So 724,582. And here I've got 1, 2, 3, comma. Here I've only got 88,000. So straight away this is larger. So put the greater than symbol. Now this one here, state true or false. So with these inequality signs, there's two options. The less than or equal to, and then we've got a greater than or equal to. If one of those options work, we can put true. So is 200 less than 200? No. But is 200 equal to 200? Because remember that's less than or equal to? Yes. So we can write true because one of those options work and the equal part works. Let's try this one. 840, we can say is greater than 900. No, 840 is not greater than. Is 840 equal to 900? No, that doesn't work either. So we just write false. Neither option works, and that is false. All right, let's check this page. I might record this in a different lesson.